Goof Group Co-op. One player.
Hey guys, welcome back. Javier is literally sitting here whispering to himself within that 10-second break. What was it? I was in something before that.
I was.
So last time we were talking about the first time Javier did anything with me for my YouTube channel. What he's thinking about is stuff that we actually did on Ustream once upon a time years ago.
I swear there was something else too.
But on YouTube, the first thing you had ever done with me was Mario Party 9, and that was with Alex and Paul. Well, Alex, you guys know on the channel, same Alex, but Paul was another friend of ours who was actually a junior while we were all seniors. And what happened was we were saving up for prom. Because, well, some of us were. Because I had to like rent out like the tux or whatever and like stuff like that. I had to like pay for pictures and stuff like that. So I showed up for school one day and we were just sitting at the cafeteria table. You weren't part of that specific group, but that was with like Alex. We've mentioned his girlfriend Tori and just a few other friends around the table. So these names are irrelevant to you guys, but this is to clear it up for Javi. Claude and Caitlin were talking about just having money. Like one of them wanted to get this, that, and the other thing, but they didn't have a job and they didn't want to borrow money from anybody. And they're just going around the table. They're like, "So Jonathan, do you have everything under control?" I'm like, "Yep." They're like, "How?" I was like, "Well, I got a few $100." And they're like, "How the fuck? Do you have a job?" I'm like, "Technically." And they're like, "What do you mean technically? You either have a job or you don't." I was like, "Well, I don't have a job, but I'm partnered on YouTube." And they're like, "What does that mean?" And I was like, "Well, I'm partnered with a network called Machinima," and Alex is like, "You're partnered with Machinima?" I was like, "I love them." And like, keep in mind, this is 2012. Well, the end of 2011, the beginning of 2012, because I got partnered on January 4th, 2012. I had already signed my contract, and they finally got me finished in January. So I didn't break the news until like March. And prom was around April. So the way Machinima worked, well, still works, is you go from the beginning of the month to the end of the month. So January, well, for me, it was 4th to the 31st. So I got paid for that in the middle of March.
Yeah.
So I had gotten my first check, which I was extremely happy about, which is sadly more than what it has been recently.
Yeah.
Like, ad revenue has gone down, ladies and gentlemen. I'll go ahead and admit that. But so at the time, I had a couple $100 saved up just from a month. And what ended up happening was I just said, "Yeah, I've got that money, so I can pay for the ticket, the pictures, my tux. Like, I've got all that. And then like I could take Kim out to eat, etc., etc." So I had all my money set just from one paycheck, and then I was explaining to them how all of this works, which I'm sure all you know now. It's all based on ad revenue and stuff like that, just the ads before, during, and after videos. We get paid for whatever, and it's different every month. We don't know what we're getting paid, but it's not a lot. But to me, it was a lot at the time. So after all that was said and done, Alex, being a huge fan of Machinima, wanted to be involved. So he was like, "Dude, can I like record videos with you or something?" I was like, "I don't know. I've never really recorded any videos with like just my friends. Like, I've recorded stuff with people online, but they're people that do what I do." And he's like, "Oh, that's cool. I mean, if you don't want to." And I was like, "No, dude, I want to. If you're interested, I definitely want to do it. So let's find out what we could do." Mario Party 9 was coming out like 2 weeks later or something like that.
Yeah.
So I rounded people up. Me and Alex were talking about it, and I was like, "Let's ask the Mario brother." So I went and asked you, and you were interested because it was Mario Party. We didn't know it was gonna be bad.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do Mario Party, and then you had agreed, so we had 3 people. Then after that, I was like, who would be a 4th person of interest, because you two are like some of my only friends that actually play video games that like I'm into and also like me. Most people didn't like me. So you two were already in. On the bus ride home, me and Alex sat right next to each other, and then our friend Paul sat in the seat right behind us, and we were talking about the videos and stuff. And he was like, so what are you guys talking about? And Alex was like, this dude is partnered with Machinima. And Paul's like, no way. So we started talking about like we're getting ready to record some videos and stuff, and that you were involved. And it was like, wait, Javier Armin? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, sweet.
Don't say my last name
Huh?
on video.
What?
Don't say my last name on video.
It's already been done.
Yeah, you should just bleep that.
Whatever, Javi. But hold on, time out for the story. You realize that's actually been like
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I'm aware.
But anyway, so you can't jump now. Fucking kick your shoes.
I'm running.
That's funny.
I'm running.
But you can't run. You're barefoot.
I'm doing it.
Anyway, so he was like, so when are y'all doing this? And I was like, in a couple weeks when Mario Party 9 comes out. He's like, all right, cool. So we all met up to do it, and I wanted a way to have everyone know who's talking and actually have everyone know who's who. So that's when I decided we should do face cam, which was a
Awful idea.
it was okay, but for the most part it was cringe. So basically we had a video where it was a trailer for the Mario Party 9 LP. We took scenes from the actual trailer,
Yeah.
and then scenes that we made up ourselves. We all sat in my main chair, and we would spin around, and then as we switched to the front, it showed everybody's first and last names and like my username and stuff.
It's an awful idea.
So it was like we flip around, and it was like Jonathan parentheses Boudreaux parentheses freaking blah blah 9372111. So my name was like long, and then because we would call Alex or Pagan, just depending on the mood, we put Alex and then parentheses Pagan, and then we put Javier parentheses Javi, and then Paul. It was Paul, and then in parentheses we put just Paul.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I remember this like it was yesterday. Friggin', I had this hair thing where I was like, I have great hair, but I really don't. So like, I turn around and I'm like brushing my hair. Alex spins around, he has a Pac-Man shirt that says nom nom nom. He stands up, throws the shirt in the camera, points at the nom nom nom, and gets out. Javi is all decked out in Mario Party shirt and hat, and then he's just sitting there playing the DS. Paul was Asian and thought it would be funny to just turn around in the seat with a samurai sword. And then he also made the faces like, oh. I was like, is that racist? He's doing it himself. We didn't provoke him.
Oh, you know what this means.
No.
It means that I have to upgrade.
You have to upgrade Paracarry,
Or
yeah.
I can just not and wait till I get the
Do
next
it.
partner. Nope.
Do it.
No, I'll get the next partner here.
Okay, never mind. Don't do it.
Right? Screw that guy.
But, yeah, that was so weird. And then,
Yeah, get him right here, actually. Sidetrack from the story. This is where your new partner comes from.
wee, someone has come. Alright, well, you guys can read. Oh, God.
Boss battle.
Let me wrap up this fun fact. So, how we said that we were just getting ready for prom whenever this whole idea came about. Then we actually have prom. So, we recorded 2 boards at once. And then we were planning to go through the entire game. We did the first 2 boards. Me and Alex were not liking it. Javi was tolerant of it, but didn't really like it. And Paul was just like, I love you guys. Paul was basically an Asian Kyle, now that I think about it. He just let everything be. He didn't care. He was with friends. He was with his bros.
Yeah.
So, all that goes down. We do 2 boards. We leave. We don't meet up again for another like 3 weeks to record more of the boards.
Yeah, I didn't even meet up the second time, I don't think.
No, that wasn't the case. The second time we met up to record, we were all together, but prom had passed. And I found it very funny that we're a bunch of nerds playing video games on Facecam for other people to watch in the most cringe way possible, sitting on a bed, surrounding ourselves by a microphone, yet we have the prom king and the prom prince in the video. Yes, for those of you that didn't know, Javi was actually our 2012 prom king.
Yeah.
And Paul, because we had a small school, so we didn't have like junior prom or anything. It was prom, but if the juniors were going, they just referred to it as junior prom as to specify which one it was that they were going to. So they did all the elections and stuff at the same time. So they went through all the nominations. Javi was the prom king, and Paul was the prom prince. And then me and Alex are just sitting there like, our boys have become men. We were being so stupid that night. But it's funny to think back on that now. What happened? What does this mean?
I can't attack him until I get the lantern to like go up. But the moment I get the lantern to go up, he just blows it back out. It's really aggravating.
I see that now.
And I keep wasting my attack. Yeah, and then when he attacks both of us, which sits Goombario out for 2 turns.
Yep. But yeah, that was the first thing that you had ever done on my channel.
I don't believe that.
Was Mario Party 9 on YouTube. That was the first thing you had done. The second thing you had done? Were you on anything else? No, because you were going to be in New Super Mario Bros. U, but you couldn't make it.
You or we?
You.
You?
Yeah, when the Wii U first came out, like day 1.
New Super Mario Bros. U.
Yes, because you...
Wasn't I in New Super Mario Bros. Wii as well?
No.
I'm pretty sure it was.
No, because in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, I was alone for 4 worlds. And then in the 5th world, my stepbrother Tyler joined in. He took Mario and I took Luigi. And then by world 8, my cousin Matt showed up, and he was basically a troll through the entire thing. And this was all camera quality. We recorded in Tyler's room.
Yeah.
So there was just the 3 of us for Mario Wii. And then when me and Tyler recorded Mario Wii, because we were like, hey, we had done the first one together. Let's actually do it in good quality, and then we can do it in preparation for New Super Mario Bros. U, like a get hype kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we recorded all the New Super Mario Bros. Wii 100% in 2 recording sessions. One we did worlds 1 through 6. The second we did 7 through 9. We lost all the footage for 7 through 9. So we couldn't even finish the LP. And the bad thing was, we recorded all of it before I even edited part 1.
Yeah.
So we got all the way to World 6, and I had all those videos uploaded, and then all of a sudden I get to 7, I'm like, where is it? And we don't have anything. It was gone. So, you were not involved in Mario Wii at all. And then for Mario U, because it was the original trio, we had me, Tyler, and Matt. We all decided to take the same roles, where he was Mario, I was Luigi, and Matt was Blue Toad.
Yeah.
And then we found it funny that the only one available out of you, Alex, and Paul was Paul.
Yeah, didn't Paul live right around the corner?
He lived right around the corner from me, so he was practically within walking distance.
Yeah.
And he came over, and we decided to keep the same roles that we had before as far as characters. So Paul got the yellow Toad, and it was like, I don't know how to feel about this. Because Paul's humor was that he was so Asian that he had to point out that he was Asian. Like, I kid you not, I was in the car with him because we carpooled. He lived right around the corner.
Yeah.
So, because we actually had to drive to our bus stop because it was so far away, my mom would get us there like as soon as we could, but she had to work. So, she didn't want to leave me at the bus stop like in the middle of nowhere. So, she would wait until Paul's mom showed up. I would sit with him, and we'd sit in the car until the bus came. Paul was talking about his report card because his mom asked.
Yeah.
She was like, "Hey Paul, I just got a text from so and so. Did you get your report card?" And he was like, "Oh yes." And she's like, "Why didn't you give it to me?" He's like, "Sorry, Mom, I honestly forgot." And he really did. I mean,
No, I shouldn't worry about Paul got straight A's.
that was the problem.
What?
He had 1B. He had 1B, and I swear I saw the Asian come out of his mom, and I was like, the stereotype is real? I'm sitting there like, is this happening? And he's like, he showed the report card, and she's like, why do you have a B? And he's like, well, it's for band, and we only had one test, and it was 10 questions, and I missed one question, and I realized it as soon as I turned the test in, and she's like, well, that's no excuse for a B. And he's like, well, we haven't had another test, and like the report card came out too fast, so we haven't had a single grade to make up for that. And she's like, we'll discuss this when we get home.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the back seat, and I'm like, okay. It's all right, Paul. I got straight B's and a C, so you beat me. And then she kind of just looked I saw her look in the rear view mirror and then look back forward with like a slow blink. The I cannot believe I'm in the car with this person look.
Yeah.
It was an awkward experience. But in the afternoon when we carpooled again, she was all happy to see me. She had cooled down after that 8 hours of work.
I hate this so much.
But yeah, Prom King, Prom Prince.
I'm glad you've been
Mario Party
talking the
9.
whole time because this battle is absolutely terrible. It's
Yeah.
taking way too long.
That's what I'm here for.
See, I can't get the timing on my jump attack at all, and this guy just keeps blowing the freaking thing back out. He just will not die.
So, was there another game that you were thinking of that you might have been a part of?
No, I just feel like I was a part of more.
You weren't.
I don't believe you.
The Mario Galaxy 2 thing was definitely a live stream, because I remember that, and that was the first time I ever played Galaxy 2. I asked you to be part of the Pokemon Marathon. That did not go over well.
But I was in it.
Because what we decided to do, we didn't want to catch them all. We just wanted to beat all the games.
No, you did want to catch them all.
We at first.
Oh, yeah.
At first, but then we realized that's too much for us. And we were still pointing we had cameras. Like, we were pointing webcams at everything. It was so bad. Then,
Please die in this next hit.
Then you weren't part of any of the other marathons because we all did it online, like just a bunch of YouTube personalities. So we just had a bunch of random people, like Sully Pones, Nintendo Capri Sun. Like, we had them for like the Mario marathon and stuff, and then thanks to Tim, we could actually raise like I think we got $1,002. Like, we had just broken the $1,000 threshold. He randomly came and donated like $300 during that event. I know you're upset, but
I know.
At least the bitch slapping helps.
Well, yeah, but what I should have been doing is slapping him instead of the thing this whole time. It's just.
Is that enough to kill?
No, it's.
Yes, it is.
Okay. It was not worth the amount of experience at all.
Oh damn, that's only
like, how long did that take?
4 minutes, 5 minutes.
I don't believe you. That was a lie. There's no way.
No, it's about 6 or 7. I think we were at the 15-minute mark when we started that.
So
I'm not sure.
There we go.
Get out of here.
Yeah. This is my new partner. His name's Watt.
Oh, that guy.
Yes.
What is up?
That was no. I'm still really upset from that battle. Okay. Just regardless if it was funny or not, I just.
Ask Watt what is up.
No.
What is up, Watt?
His name is Watt.
What?
Like watt as in electricity.
I know.
It's not what.
I'm too tired that I'm actually talking correctly and I'm not emphasizing the what is up what. I think that's what's happening. But, yeah, no. Alex was involved in a lot of stuff. Alex was in Mario Party 9.
Oh, Watt's a girl. Forgot about that.
Oh.
But Watt's also kind of useless outside of battle, but pretty useful in battle.
Okay. I kind of like the dart. Yeah, Alex was in Mario Party 9, Mario Kart Wii.
You sure I wasn't in that as well?
No, Mario Kart Wii, we did while we were waiting on you.
For what?
Because we were waiting on you so we could record Mario Party 9, but it turned out you couldn't come and Paul never contacted us, so he never came either. We went through the entire game of Mario Kart Wii. We were doing it just to mess around, but then we already went through the first 2 cups and there were only 8, so we're like, why don't we just do them all? Yeah. So we did. And then while we were still fucking around and waiting for you,
now watch as I use Parakarry to get to this, and then I don't level him up.
Lol. But now we record Mario Kart Wii while we were waiting on you, and then we were also just fucking around. So we played Smash 64, Mario Tennis 64, Mortal Kombat: The Complete Edition, which quickly became one of my most popular videos and also most hated because Alex was cheap and I was a noob. I don't know how much you know about Mortal Kombat, but all he did was play Smoke. And Alex said, and I quote, well, you see, Smoke is a smoke character. So he blends in with the smoke, and he's fucking teleporting around the map, throwing me into the ground, teleporting, grabbing me, throwing me into the ground, doing it over and over again. He's like, yeah, this character's pretty broken. And I was like, yeah, cool. And then I'm picking Johnny Cage. I'm like, can I whip out the nunchucks? And he's like, no. Why would you be able to do that? I'm like, well, he did in another Mortal Kombat. He's like, which one? I'm like, Deadly Alliance? He's like, oh. Well, this isn't Deadly Alliance. I'm like, no shit.
getting ready to the real boss battle, which really annoys me. To go through all that crap and do a fake, like a mini boss bull crap, and then now I gotta do the actual boss.
Alright, well, I hope these little story times help entertain you guys.
I sure hope so.
But next time on Goof Group, we'll do all this, and I don't know, we might have more stories.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Scream Shy Guys.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
I enjoyed that.